What's going on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, I'm going to show you how to get rid of a leaf miner infestation. A leaf miner infestation can happen anywhere to your plants, be it outdoors, indoors, or in greenhouses. Leaf miner is a catch-all term for the larval stage of several insect families that, when they're larvae, they like to burrow into the leaves of plants and then eat the insides out, and they leave behind a little squiggly line tunnel in the leaves so you can see exactly where they've been. While leaf miner is rarely deadly to a plant, an infestation can cause a lot of damage to the foliage and stunt the tree, because without foliage you won't have enough photosynthesis in order to absorb energy from the sunlight, and you'll have a really bad year for your trees if you don't do something about it. Here you can see an example of a leaf affected by leaf miner. You can see all of the squiggly patches that are in that leaf, so clearly there is a small infestation in this Meyer lemon tree right here. Here are a few more examples of an infestation on the same exact bush. There's a big one right here, there's a little one right here, there's some more over here, and you can see how the infestation are deforming the leaves, and they have got to go. And here you can see what it looks like when the insect tries to breed on the plants. You can see this leaf is kind of stuck together, and if I pull it open, there's kind of this waxy substance, and then look, you can actually see the larvae in there that are feeding on that leaf right there. So you want to look for any leaves that are stuck together, kind of glued together, because that is evidence of the larvae. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to meticulously inspect this plant, and we're going to remove any leaves that show evidence of leaf miner damage, so those squiggly lines, and also any leaves that also appear to be stuck together and glued together, because that is where the larvae is most likely located. So we want to get rid of all of those damaged and diseased leaves, as well as prune off any branches that are showing evidence of leaf miner damage. Here you can see a bucket full of all of the branches and leaves that I found that were infested by the leaf miner. And now, in order to treat the problem, I'm going to use this natural pyrethrin concentrate, which is a natural extract from the chrysanthemum plant that kills insects. It's a very strong natural insecticide. So what you want to do is you want to mix the pyrethrin concentrate in water at the manufacturer recommended dosage for whatever the plant is that you're spraying, and you can either use a manual hand pump sprayer like this, or you can use what I'm using, which is a battery operated ULV fogger. And I think the ULV fogger does a much better job because it effectively covers the tops and the bottoms of the leaves, which is very important, and it does it very, very quickly. I'm also going to make sure to coat all of the foliage that I pruned off of the tree that had leaf miner infected in it with the pyrethrin as well, because I want to make sure that I kill any insects in that foliage. If you're curious where to get the pyrethrin concentrate, the pump sprayer, or the battery operated ULV sprayer, they are all linked in my Amazon storefront down in the video description. After the pruning and spraying is complete, take the infected wood and leaves and dispose of them by either taking them and throwing them away in a sealed trash can or burning them. Do not put them in a compost pile or throw them anywhere on site, because all of that larvae will hatch and then they will just infect more of your trees. Then simply repeat this process of inspecting, pruning off any infected leaves and branches, and spraying the tree every 7 days. And it's important that you do this at least another 2 times, because there may be eggs left behind that have not hatched that could hatch and then reinfect your tree. So you need to repeat this process every 7 days, at least for another 2 or 3 weeks, in order to break that reproductive cycle. Keep in mind that the leaf miner larvae is very weak, so they generally infect new branches. And that's what happened to me. All of the infected branches were from areas that I recently pruned, and they were all new green growth. None of the old foliage and old vegetation from last year was infected. So make sure to carefully inspect all of the new foliage, because they are the weakest leaves and branches and most likely to be infected. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip.
If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.